Hello everyone, thank you for joining up today for the second part of Aquaculture Management series through Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. It's wonderful to have you with us as we continue to explore the transformative impact of technology on the aquaculture industry. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive right into it.
Once we have booked the purchase order, the next day when the boat comes to the port, we will be doing the receiving. For that, we will again open our app here and go to the home screen. Then on the next day at 9 o'clock, when the boat has arrived, we will start our receiving process. For that, we will go to the second process called receive here and click on this button. What we need to do, there are two lists you can see here, partial and pending. So pending list shows all of the purchase orders where receiving has not been done of any type. And in this partial one, it will show us if any purchase order has been received partially. So we will go to pending since this is a new PO. We haven't done any receiving against it. So you can see a new screen has opened up. It will show us some details we can capture here. Okay, so for example, first one is our date. So this two date fields indicate our trip to and trip from details. So it will show trip from is our, for example, this will be gathered from the boat vendor only. So he has started the trip from 19th of July and ended it on the 25th of July. So we will be selecting trip from and trip to dates. Then we can see number of days is displaying here. We have the next field called crew members. So crew members, we can select how many crew members are present at the time of fishing. So let's do 5. Then we will select the catch area. So for catch area, that will also be gathered from the boat vendor only. So let's do D12. Then we have the catch method. So for fishing, what type of catch method was used? So this information will also be provided from the boat vendor only. So let's take hook and line method was used. Then we have the deck cleanliness. So on inspecting the boat, how was the cleanliness there? So we can provide the stars here. So let's do 4 stars. Then we have the graders. So grader is the person who will be grading the fish type, what type of fish was there and what was the grade. So this grader is the person, and then we have the fish tag. So fish tag is blue or yellow. Let's do blue. Then we have the vessel inspection. So vessel inspection is also done. These are the 5 parameters that are checked. What was the crew attire and what was the services, if it was up to the mark or not. If it is not there, then we can just simply undo this and exit it simply, and our vessel inspection is also done. Then we have the next one as tanks. So in present we have added 15 tanks here. So what we need to do, we need to select the tank number and add what was the temperature of the tank. Once we have given the temperature, we need to click on this button arrow, and what it will do, it will update our tank number with its temperature. So for example, if I select another tank minus and the temperature is -2, click on here, you can see the tank number and its temperature is getting added here. So once this information is updated, we will click on save button. So once it's done, a new screen pops up. That is, the main receiving starts from here. So we will be selecting at what tank we are receiving our fish from. So let's do tank 1 only, and beside that you can see a field called 0001. So this is the fish number that we are always starting from, and once we start the receiving, it will gradually increase by the number 1. So since it is this is a non-editable field, then we will be selecting our species. So let's do yellowfin tuna, and we will select what its presentation type. So currently we have 3 type of presentation. GNG is gill and gutted, HNG is head and gutted, and then we have the whole fish. So we are, for example, receiving the whole fish. Then we have the organoleptic inspection. So this inspection is done when we receive each and every fish. So there are 7 parameters that are checked. that if the no odor is there, no mucus is there. So for example, for this fish, we didn't have any gills and the texture was not satisfactory. So we will check mark this buttons and just exit this point. And what we need to do now, we need to click write its weight. What was the weight of the fish that we had received? So let's do 45 kgs. And next one is this temperature. So enter the temperature of the fish that we had received. And next is the grade. So we will be selecting what type of grade has been given by the grader. Let's do A. Then we just if you want to capture the photo of the fish for fact tracking purpose or sampling purpose, we can also do that. And then we have the button called accept. Then we click on this and our fish is accepted. PO is successfully accepted. And what will happen now? Once it is done, you can see the fish number has been increased automatically to number 2. Now, all of the details remain same unless and until you want to change it. So, for example, the fish we are receiving next is HNG, and organoleptic inspection on doing that, all of the parameters were fulfilled. So, we can check mark this and enter the weight of the fish next. It's 252 kgs. And let's take the quality of the fish or the grade was B. So, now we will accept this fish as well. Once it is done, our fish number now will increase to 3. Now the third fish that we are going to receive is of skipjack tuna. What we need to do, simply change its parameters and now receive the fish. Let's do, it was of 78 kgs and the temperature was -4 and the grade was B1. And now we will click on accept here.
So I have a question over here, Shreya, that if I have got bulk fishes, what would happen in that case? Because you're just entering fishes one by one, considering them to be of a single breed.
Well, even if we have bulk fishes, we need to receive it one by one only.
Okay, and but
in the application there is a two type of provision. First, this has been because as per the setup, this has been structured on a one by one. If we have this single kind of grade of the fish, and if we want to receive in a bulk, then simply we have to change the configuration of the application. Then we can receive within a single line with the multiple points.
Okay. And it's also API based, so that I can do a integration with some IoT based device or something.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay, thank you. Please continue.
Okay, so we have shown you the functionality for accept. We do have it for reject as well. So for example, we are receiving the fish, but it is not up to the quality marks or like that. We can simply untrue the parameters that are not fulfilled. And what we will do, we will enter the weight of the fish. Let's do 34 kgs. And we will add the temperature and the grade is not up to the mark, so let's do D and we will click on the reject button. So I have showed you for accept and reject. This is a print button as well. So on printing this, a tag is printed. So with the QR code that we are generating or the barcode we are generating, a tag will be printed for the fish that we are receiving. So once we have accepted our fishes, we can click on the post button. This post button, what it will do, it will post our purchase order and receive our fishes in the system. So
just before that, you are printing the barcode tags for each and every fish which is entering into my facility.
Yes. Each and every fish will have a tracking QR code as well, and you can print that QR code.
Okay, thank you.
Then let me show you what was the impact in Business Central. You just need to reload the page. So this was our purchase order 212, and what will happen now, you can see our quantity to receive has been updated here. The number of fishes that we had received. What to check what was the parameters that we had entered, what we need to do, we need to click on accepted fish buffer master here. This is a particular master that we had made with details. You can see that this was the item number that we had entered, the tank number, the fish number is automatically updated. Then we have the species that we had selected, our presentation, the grade type is of receiving, who was the grader, what is the grade, what was the fish temperature, and then we have the organoleptic that we had done. The 7 parameters are there. Whatever we have checked mark is here and unchecked is also here. Then we have the fish weight. Then we have the fish tag color, the size range, what type of size range we had received all the fishes, then the size type. Then we have the date of the photo, if any photo is taken, then the time of the photo. Then if the photo was actually taken, a URL will also be presented here. Then we have through which purchase order line we are accepting the fish. Then we have the remaining quantity field as well. And then we have the date of receiving of the fish and through which user ID the fish was received is also updated. And then we have the QR set ID and the mass QR set ID. So unique QR set ID is given to each and every fish. This was.
And what is the difference between the QR set ID and the mass QR set ID?
Okay, so difference is like that. The mass QR set ID indicates the lot of the batch or the lot of the particular fish. So for example, if you are receiving here, you can see 2 items are there. So what will happen for RM yellowfin tuna, we had received 10 fishes. Okay, so 10 individual QR code will be there. But to indicate a batch, we had created a separate mass QR code. So for 10 fishes, there will be 1 QR code to do the backtracking. Okay, so what will happen here, when I will post the purchase order, a separate mass QR set ID will be generated here. You can see on the lines, we have the mass QR set ID as well. It will be generated for each and every different item number. So even if we are receiving multiple fishes for a single item, there will be 1 mass QR code only. This is done to backtrack the fishes in the item ledger entry.
Okay, got it. You please proceed.
Okay, so this was for accepted. As for the rejected as well, we have created a separate master. So for rejected, you can see, let me expand it. So here it is, item number, fish number that we had rejected. Then we have the species and what was the quality of the fish. It was not up to the mark. You can see 7 out of 3 are only checked. Then we have the temperature, weight, and rest of the details are updated. So coming back to our application here, I need to post the document. Would you like to post the purchase order? We need to click on yes or no. So yes. A message is shown, mass keywords is successfully generated. PO is successfully posted. So what will happen now? I will go to my purchase order again. And select my purchase order. What we will see, quantity to receive has been, the quantities have been received now. So it is updated in this column. And what happens, it has the whatever data we had in accepted fish buffer that was temporarily there. Once the purchase order is posted, all of the data is flown in the accepted fish master. So here all of the data is coming and we have one more detailed called receipt number. So receipt number, the posted purchase receipt number is also updated against our fishes, and the mask your set ID you can see. So for each individual item number, we will have a separate mask your set ID. Even if we have received 3 fishes, there are only 2 mask your set IDs. To show the impact of this on inventory, let me go to item ledger entries here. And our purchase receipt has been made for skipjack tuna and yellowfin tuna with the total quantity that we had received. And here what we had done, we had provided a QR code field. So here 2237 and 2238 are the mask QR set IDs that have been updated.
Okay.
So far this was for the booking of the purchase order, and the receiving we are doing against that purchase order.